For centuries, honey has been nature's perfect gift, golden, pure, and alive. But today, this ancient treasure is in crisis. Around the world, bees are disappearing, forests are shrinking, shelves are filled with imitations. The world is hungry for real honey and running out of time.
Le miel est un des produits les plus frelatés au monde et l'opportunité et l'avantage des IGP, des AOP, de ce type de label, c'est qu'ils sont multiproduits. Ils peuvent être sur du fromage, sur de la viande et également sur du miel. Donc c'est des appellations, en tout cas des labels, que les consommateurs ont identifiés et connaissent. Donc l'avantage pour des producteurs et des productrices de miel, c'est qu'ils peuvent s'insérer dans ce type de démarche et donner de la confiance aux consommateurs puisque la traçabilité est garantie, l'origine est garantie et donc la qualité du produit est garantie. Pour les Seychelles, les apiculteurs ont une histoire à raconter. Ils ont un très beau miel, un miel unique, avec un territoire unique. Donc je pense qu'ils peuvent s'inspirer des autres démarches qui existent pour bâtir leurs propres conditions de production. Ils ont tout ce qu'il faut pour réussir, ils ont le savoir-faire, un produit de qualité et des apiculteurs sur un territoire d'exception.
Yet far from the chaos, in the heart of the Indian Ocean, a secret survives. The Seychelles hold something rare, isolated by turquoise waters and cradled by untouched forests. Not just honey, but a story, a taste, a legacy. This is the story of Seychelles Gold. Here bees dance on flowers found nowhere else on earth. Coco de mer, wild vanilla, and rare blossoms that exist only on these islands. The air, the soil, and the sea breeze all weave into something extraordinary. This honey doesn't just come from Seychelles, it is Seychelles.
For me, beekeeping, I like doing it because I like venturing into it. Like now, I'm not only doing honey production, I'm doing pollen collection, I'm doing propolis production, I'm doing colonies marketing and selling, equipment selling. So I'm all into all the ventures of beekeeping. So now I'm also training youngers, so from 10 years old onwards, so training them.
For generations, beekeepers have tended hives with the same care as their ancestors. No factories, no shortcuts, just patience, tradition, and a deep respect for the land. The result? Honey is so distinct, so alive with flavor, it can't be replicated. But without protection, it can be stolen.
There's two different things. There's really honey, which is not pure honey at all, that we do find on the market. And there is also pure honey, but which is imported, so it's not Seychelles honey, because I've seen like on Facebook in some posts, people have big gallons of 25 liters of honey imported from the region, I would suppose, and then they will bottle it and sell it on the market. Here you would see on Sell and Buy and things like that on the social media, they are selling it. But at the same time, I think for the locals, they are well versed, they know what is local honey, and you will have people questioning you when they're buying honey to make sure how you extract. They will ask you, are you sure you haven't had water, sugar? So people are very cautious on the local market itself, and they would tend to buy directly from the beekeeper if they really want a pure local honey. Or some beekeepers, like now most of the beekeepers are branding their honey as well, so if they see it in shops, they would go for the branded one that they know who's the beekeeper, but they would tend to avoid all the other type of honey.
Right now, the world's honey supply is under siege. Fraud, adulteration, cheap copies. Seychelles honey could drown in a sea of imitations without a shield. But there is a way forward, a tool used by the world's most prized foods, from champagne to Manuka honey. It's called geographical indication, GI.
Seychelles honey is really a strong GI candidate because of the unique natural factor we've got on this archipelago. Honey is derived from bees foraging, local bees, like kind of Seychellois bees, foraging local flowers, and here we have a mixture of flowers from badamier tree, from takamata tree, from fantastic unique coco de mer tree. So yeah, it's very interesting and it's very unique. When the harvest is there and the honey is ready, it is immediately sold out now. It's really, really a product that local people are enjoying. So there is a well-established reputation, and that's really good for going for a GI. Uniqueness and high reputation on local markets. And there is also a market for tourists.
GI isn't just a label, it's a promise. A guarantee is that when you taste Seychelles honey, you taste something real, something sacred, something you can only get in Seychelles. For beekeepers, it means fair prices. For the land, it means protection. For the world, it means trust.
There is definitely something with the reputation of the Seychelles honey. I believe that following our discussion, the field is yet to find scientific proof that will actually transform these intuitive qualities into irreducible specificities. So they really have to work on sensory analysis probably and better characterization from a scientific point of view of the product. And according to our criteria as Afripi, Seychelles honey was actually meeting all the criteria, including reputation of the product, because we are looking at products that have a high reputation, and for honey, there is a growing reputation of Seychelles honey. And we also believe that the potential of the GI in terms of sustainability for Seychelles honey is quite high. And following that feedback workshop, we can see that indeed, yes, they see the common practices that they have, they see the common interest they have in defending the identity of Seychelles honey. And yes, that could definitely inspire other producers in Africa. It also shows, the feedback workshop also shows the complexity of the factors of success for geographical indications. But most importantly, you actually need the investment of the producers, you actually need their participation, and without them, no producers, no GIs.
To increase intellectual property protection and promotion in Africa, the European Union Intellectual Property Office, the EUIPO, launched the Intellectual Property Rights and Innovation in Africa project, AFRIPI, in 2020. This is an international cooperation program that receives funding from the European Commission as well as from the EUIPO. AFRIPI has an initial duration of 5 years and covers 4 components, with one that focuses on implementing the African Union's continental strategy on geographical indications in Africa action plan.
So I think it is important for us because, as you know, Seychelles is a touristic country. So having such a prestige type of honey linked to us is also a marketing tool for the tourism sector. Emphasizes on the environment and our flora, which is something that we are quite proud of and which we are continuously protecting. So I think it will help put us on the map on a higher level. And it's also a way to bring the beekeepers together and also to ensure that any methods that are undertaken are ecological. So on our side, we also have seen that there's a lot of interest from the beekeepers. The beekeeper, not only the beekeepers, but those in the association as well, which is really important because it wouldn't make sense to have a GI registered, but there's no production, there's no interest, there's no beekeeper using that GI name. So for us, we see that there is a lot of groundwork already that has been laid down, and we do have the interest and support nationally to push this agenda forward.
Imagine a luxury resort, a traveler savoring honey that carries the essence of Seychelles, not just a product, an experience, a story. With GI status, this future isn't just possible, it's within reach.
For us here at Raffles, obviously we are located in a very tropical setting. We also have on our property some endemic plants which would make our honey different from other honey. And also for us, because we are located tropical and then marine at the same time, this will make our honey a different type of honey compared to maybe somebody who's growing the honey in the mountains. So for us to charge a premium, we obviously have to give our honey a story. And for us, the endemic angle will create that story. And also considering that we have our honey on property, and we have a program to create an apiary that will create that story for us. And we obviously, as we build on our apiary, this will become a guest experience also, so that our guest gets not just the honey during breakfast or dinner, they also get an opportunity to see the bees, the beehive, and the process of extracting the honey.
From the high-end markets worldwide to the tables of FUV star hotels, Seychelles honey could become a symbol of purity, rarity, and pride. This is the power of GI. It turns tradition into opportunity. It turns honey into gold. This is more than honey. It's a legacy, a chance to prove that in a world of mass production, some treasures are still worth protecting. The hands of beekeepers, the whispers of the forest, and the soul of Seychelles can endure.
Having a GI for the Seychelles honey is twofold. It's for the beekeepers themselves, but also for the consumers.
The thing is, with this GI project, I think it will encourage the youth so they will see the brighter future, what it is to do honey production, and where we can go with this product.